The big question now, is Elden Ring Nightreign actually worth playing? From the very beginning, Nightreign rips out large parts of what made Elden Ring what it was. You're not playing a massive open-world RPG anymore. You're running high-speed mini-campaigns that last 35 to 45 minutes, and everything is about preparing for a major boss fight on day 3. That's right, this new mode is broken into short, timed runs where you fight, loot, level, and prepare before facing off against a powerful boss. And it's not optional, you will face the boss. You get 2 in-game days to level up and loot gear, and then on the 3rd day, it's go time. This format feels very Monster Hunter inspired, but with that Soulsborne flair. The boss in the demo was a brand new 3-headed wolf beast called Tricephalos. The journey up to that point is wild enough to talk about for hours. Movement is faster, way faster. There's no fall damage, so jumping off cliffs is encouraged. Sprinting is turbocharged. Spirit birds help you fast travel, spirit streams let you launch across vertical cliffs, and painted climbing points allow you to scale mountains with your bare hands. Literally, your character climbs using only their hands, which is hilarious and also kind of awesome. With all these tools, you'll zoom from one location to another, grabbing loot, wiping out enemies, and praying you don't run into a world boss that turns you into paste. If you're playing solo, well, you're kinda asking for pain. The game doesn't scale for single players at all. It's built for co-op squads, and that becomes clear the moment a golden hippo crushes you into the dirt. Combat still has that FromSoftware DNA, but with a faster and looser feel. You'll run into smaller enemies during the day and fight a randomized boss at night. Every step of the journey matters because you need to be ready for that final showdown. And if you're not, too bad, you fight it anyway. If you die, you lose a level. And if you go down while playing co-op, your only hope is that your teammates beat the death timer by slapping you back to life. Yes, literally slapping. It's like reviving an old CRT television by smacking the side. Funny? Yes. Effective? Sometimes. Leveling up is your lifeline. You don't spend points into stats like you do in Elden Ring. Instead, each level gives you a blanket boost to your health, damage, and healing flasks. You'll want to hit level 2 immediately because that's when the real run starts. By the end of day 2, getting to level 11 or 12 feels almost mandatory. Instead of typical classes, Nightreign introduces Nightfarers, unique characters that feel more like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals heroes than the traditional Souls template. Each one has a passive bonus, an active skill on a short cooldown, and a powerful ultimate ability. 4 Nightfarers were available in the demo. The best part? Any Nightfarer can use any weapon. There are no stat requirements or weight systems. You're free to experiment, and you're encouraged to constantly swap out weapons to optimize your build. And with some passives and ultimates being absolute game changers, build crafting becomes a core part of the experience. Loot is everywhere, but not all of it is useful. The game still loves to give you 100 different consumables you'll never use. But the real draw is in the weapons and passives. Weapons now come with powerful passives that are always active. Some even cast spells when you dodge, run, or take hits. Others heal you, restore FP, or apply elemental effects like lava, lightning, or dragon breath. You're not just looking for a good weapon, you're building a kit that synergizes with your team and your class. There's even a touch of Risk of Rain 2 here. You'll find yourself chasing more and more passives until you feel like a living tornado of destruction. And it works. You can also upgrade your gear's rarity using special stones found in mines or purchased from merchants, assuming you're high enough level to equip that rarity tier. Even though each run is temporary, there's long-term progression through relics. These are permanent buffs and modifiers that you unlock between runs, giving you better tools and builds for future attempts. Relics are class-specific and color-coded, so not everything fits every Nightfarer. But they offer more than just boring stat increases. Some add Scarlet Rot to your attacks, Others modify your ultimate ability, and a few even provide passive effects similar to Bloodborne's blood gems. This keeps the meta progression interesting and gives you a reason to keep grinding runs, even when you've seen the same bosses and map sections multiple times. Here's where the cracks start to show. The demo only had one map, and after a few runs, it felt repetitive. You start to know where everything is, which ruins the tension. There's no map randomization in this demo, so replayability takes a hit. Also, boss variety is lacking, for now. You might face the same mini-bosses on repeat, like the Centipede Demon or Draconic Tree Sentinel and his two sidekicks. They're fine bosses, but after a while, it becomes predictable. Some boss spawns are hilarious though, like when Morgott shows up out of nowhere with full wrestling energy, steel chair and all. There's a promise of more bosses and map layouts at full release, but based on this demo, that's a critical piece that needs to land for Nightreign to keep its momentum. So, is Elden Ring Nightreign worth playing based on the demo? You're getting a wild new way to play Elden Ring with faster pacing, bold mechanics, and a heavy dose of experimental energy. The Nightfarer system, wild weapons, and chaotic co-op fun are enough to keep you hooked for a good while. When the builds come together, the game feels electric. You're not just fighting enemies, you're creating a playstyle that could melt bosses in seconds or turn you into a tanky monster that shrugs off damage. But there are concerns. The demo shows only one map, limited bosses, and some UI clunkiness that could use polishing. Solo players might also feel pushed out, given the lack of scaling and brutal difficulty. And for a game that leans into randomness, variety is absolutely key. If FromSoftware delivers on their promise of more maps, more bosses, and deeper customization, Nightreign could become the roguelike Soulsborne spin-off that nobody knew they needed. But until then, keep your expectations grounded. Elden Ring Nightreign is fast, chaotic, and full of potential. But like any good experiment, it's not guaranteed to work without refinement. If you're the kind of player who enjoys building wild synergies, facing down overwhelming odds, and laughing as your teammate slaps you back to life, this might be exactly your kind of chaos. Thanks for watching this Elden Ring Nightreign review. If you're curious about this wild experiment and want to see how it shapes up, keep an eye out for the full release. Remember, it's not your usual Elden Ring experience, so go in ready for something fresh and fast-paced. If you like this review, don't forget to like and subscribe for more honest gaming breakdowns. Catch you in the next video!